Hey guys, it's Victor from Roundtree Market. Are you looking to make a difference in your community? Reach out for sponsorship information and support a vendor near you.
All right, welcome to Desde Cero. Once again, we are here invited at the Vortex here with Victor Lucio. Victor, welcome to the podcast again.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, I wanted to have you on because you've been through some changes, and you've been through some things that brought you to this spot now, and I wanted to talk to you about it, and I want to see what you got going on now. So welcome to the podcast again, and let's start by mentioning that your last spot. You had a lot of issues with the roads and construction, and it brought you to shut down and led you to this place. What did you go through, and how did you get to this spot now?
Yeah, so that was rough. It was a rough year and a half.
Right.
Even to this day, the street right at the corner of the old Vortex building is still closed. So it was really hard to get adjusted. First of all, you pay for the traffic. That's a big part of the income. So it did leave. It led to like a lot of struggle, financially, because I did have the initiative of helping other creatives. And so it all really just happened being stretched too thin. And, just all that, it really led me to.
Right. You had to kind of shut down because you had no traffic, you had no business, you had no nobody coming in because of that. And you had to battle through a year and a half, and finally you said, I'm done with that, and you had to find a new spot, right?
Yes. And it was a struggle, and I didn't give up. I just gave in, and an opportunity presented itself. All just because, I stood for what I believed in.
Right.
I was asking questions, just being curious on why is this road taking so long.
Right. Yeah, because you had a lot going on. The last time we spoke on the podcast, I mean, you had a big group, and they were doing different things, and you had music going, you had art, you had even podcasters coming in trying to be creative in your vortex, right?
Yeah.
So you had a lot going on, and all of a sudden it kind of stopped because of the construction, right?
Well, yeah, part of that, big part of it just couldn't grow anymore because, we are a business and we needed to generate cash. And this whole thing was just also like a trial of, it's the first time doing it, first time going through the process and seeing how to manage young artists and what it really takes. It takes a lot of discipline for the artist, but also for the management.
Right.
And when things are all in construction, just everything's blocked off.
Yeah.
People are looking up your address and it's saying
it's here, but we can't get through.
It tells them to like move along. I'm just in that kind of stuff. It hurts potential income coming in.
Right. And also, I mean, you were asking for help. You were asking for the city to help out and say, hey, when are you guys going to get this done? And it didn't get done. And finally you said, I gotta do something different. What led that to that saying, hey, I think I'm done here?
That's a great question. It just kind of was, you fell forward. And so for me, it was just, I have to start looking out for the, for my best interest as a creative, because, that kind of stuff weighs down the creativity. It weighs down the ability to help people.
Right.
And so I'm just decided to just leave that stress behind. And all this happened all by, I think, opportunity presenting itself, being at the right spot at the right time, which was in the middle of all this construction where nobody was. But yeah, I was there trying to keep this thing alive.
If you think it could be serious, ask me to.
And it did come alive in a different manner. And so, I mean, the dream is still alive. Everything
Right.
is much better, but it wasn't, at that time. And it led me to do fundraisers to raise money because I was, behind on rent. And, those things kind of catch up when you're in the business. And
Yeah.
I mean, I did it pretty well, up until like a year. And then the last stretch was like any owner, just trying to feed something.
Right.
Um,
When you decided to say, "Hey, I think I need to move," what was going on through your head, and say, "What's my next step? What's the plan?" What was going on before you came here to this new spot? And we're going to talk about your new spot in a minute as well.
yeah. So I don't know. I really didn't. At the time, I was foolish enough to be like, I can manage both spots. I can
Mhm.
try to keep this one alive and then do this one as well because they're just walking
Where
distance,
would you
as
like
you
to
know.
go?
Um, and so,
One option I find is boost mobile.
is that me or
Is that- I think
is
that's
that
you.
me?
About a half mile to your east.
Oh,
Does
okay.
that one sound good?
Yeah, you got it.
Siri is listening.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, he's listen to our podcast.
yes. Okay, airplane mode.
What was the plan? I mean,
So honestly, there was no plan. It was just kind of like
just move forward.
just move forward. Like, and even if I had to hit the wall, just move forward. But I was fortunate enough to find and this opportunity found me, and so it was almost seamless. And as soon as I decided to leave the other Vortex, I felt completely better. It was like an ego death and a rebirth at the same time.
What did you learn about yourself during these struggles, during these rough times? What did you learn about yourself?
I learned a lot. I mean, this last year was really. It sounds cliche, but that saying: if you sacrifice a year, you get whatever. I don't know. I forgot. I forgot the meaning.
If you work hard, it pays off, right? Hard work pays off.
Something like that. Not all the time. So yeah, it just led to that.
Did you ever feel like giving up and say, you know what, I'm done with all this? Or
Oh yeah, multiple. That was an everyday like struggle. Everyday feeling like, why am I even doing this? I'm helping others. It's that foolish mentality.
Right.
Nobody's like helping me. But that's not true.
Right.
I do have a core group of people that help me, and sometimes help doesn't have to be monetarily. It can
Right.
be
supportive and all that.
supportive, and it's just very simple as just being cordial.
Did you feel that some people that were close to you let you down?
Not really. I mean, I expect too much because I expect too much of myself. So it's really hard to say they let me down because there was no there was structure. It was just being developed. Everything was a test trial. Literally, it was just we haven't done this before. Let's see where it goes. There was no follow through until now. I mean, everything is still the same. The goal is still the same.
Did this experience make you like stronger, or did it just make you question a lot of things?
Oh, it made me question everything. I question everything, but to a certain extent, it made me stronger for sure. It made me ask stronger questions. Like
Right,
not
okay.
ask stupid questions. It'd be like, no, that's not a relevant question.
Right. Be more direct with things, right?
Exactly, and just be assertive, and like the vision can never change because it is the vision. It's already in play. So at the last Vortex, nobody let me down. It's just everybody seemed to be having the same dream but going in different directions. And it was more of like, if we go this way, we can make it a little bit quicker,
Right.
by being efficient. But other than that, I mean, of course, it made me stronger. I can't believe how that was a year ago. I went through that a year and a half.
Right.
Because everybody wants. I'm not the victim. I'm the victor. And everybody's like, "Oh, it's an excuse." But it is an excuse to a certain degree. I was still doing orders. I was still investing a lot of the income coming in to do markets, to do creative outreach because the road was closed. So
Right.
it really led me to just try and fail multiple times, and it was okay because it's nobody else is doing it. The road was closed, so it kind of gave me an excuse to be more creative because nobody was going on the street, and
Right.
if whoever was coming to Vortex was directly because
Right.
of the influence.
Well, you're in a new spot now. Let's talk about your new spot. This is a big place. Tell us the address here.
So the address is 2603 Roundtree Drive, Suite 101.
And it's pretty much across the street from the old Vortex, right?
Yes, straight directly from Vortex.
Tell me the story about how you ended up here, and the people who helped you.
So I just walked across the street, asked a couple questions.
Was this place available, or was it occupied at the time?
It was available.
Okay.
I think it's 3 to 4 years that was empty. I just walked across a fellow entrepreneur, business owner, made it happen. And I'm like, it wouldn't happen if I was at the shop struggling, and trying to
Right.
see what was going on. And all because of that. And it was like,
Yeah, you went
great.
out there. You went out there and looking, right?
Yeah, I was like, all this, I'm not super informed, but I try to be informed. So yeah, that's how it came. And it's all just, like I said, being at, in the struggle, actually, like trying to be better, just
Right.
led to asking better questions.
And what did you like about this place? What did you like about this spot specifically?
Well, I mean, everybody knows this place. It's right by Midtown Lake. I think the locals refer to it as the duck park.
Yeah.
And
El Parque de los Patos, Mexico.
yeah,
The duck
yeah.
park.
So I just never even. I don't know. It's just better. It's better than I expected. I did not expect
Right.
to be here because in any other circumstance, I would be out of business. I would be, just done. And we see a lot of small businesses in town closing up.
Yeah, there's a lot of restaurants and businesses closing up because of the same thing. I mean, the economy right now is
Yeah,
pretty rough, man. And for you to keep going and having, this place is big.
yeah,
It's big and it's nice, and the parking spots are, a lot of parking spots, and it's huge out there.
yeah.
So, this to me, you landed in the perfect spot.
Mm-hmm.
Life put you in this place because you probably deserve it.
Yeah,
And this place is nice and it's big, and I think there's lots you can do in here.
yeah,
And we talked about a few things, right?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, what do you have going on in this place right now?
So, the mission is still the same. I'm still doing custom orders, custom graphic design, custom screen printing and embroidery. But I'm just doing it more selectively now,
Mm-hmm.
more of refining what I know, the tools I have, and bringing national projects to life. And, I want to be a part of the creative wave in this town. I want to lead it. Um, so what we have coming up, because it goes back to at the same time I was losing the other space, this space instantaneously was becoming available. And literally the week, and this is kind of personal, I haven't really said too much of what happened, because we're all we don't want to be considered failures, you know. And it was rough to do fundraisers, to admit that I'm like a little behind schedule, because not my fault, but the city, you know, or I don't even think it's the city. I think it's like the fiber optic company.
Hmm.
So it's weird how, you know, at the same time, like the struggle became, I would say, like beautiful. It was like you're struggling, and if you get a place like this, it's not by chance. It's almost like
No,
it was
it's by faith. It's
something like
it's
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and you know, of course we're all religious, they're spiritual, and so it's led me to believe in, yeah, like the magnitude of being resilient. Um, because I have so much planned, like so much. So with this great opportunity, I do want to pay it forward and give others opportunities. I'm starting to host the weekly um, Sunday market. So I'm intending to bring community together, bring vendors, just create a place where you can go every Sunday to grab a cup of coffee, grab some food, like farmers market, but
Right.
more
Let's get in depth into that because I think it's called Roundtree Market.
Roundtree market.
Market. Tell us a little bit about Roundtree Market. What days? What it's about, and who can come and who can put up. Because it's like you said, it's like a little flea market,
Yes.
right? You get vendors. You get anybody can come. I think I'm come DJ one of these
Yes.
Sundays, right?
Yes, I'm excited
So
for that one.
tell us about what you got going on and what is it about?
So it's every Sunday. Our last one is this Sunday though, but
Because of Christmas and all that, right?
because of Christmas. But it's every Sunday from 10 to 4. And so we have a website. You can go online and purchase a vendor space.
What's the website?
Roundtree Market, but Roundtree MRKT.com.
Okay.
Um,
We'll put it up there. I don't know.
and you could purchase a vendor spot. 35 food vendors is still trying to figure out that rate, but we're looking like 120 for food vendors. And pretty much anybody can come set up. Once again, we're trying to make it a community-driven ecosystem, to where you ain't gotta go shop at Walmart. You just shop at Roundtree.
Right.
Go after church. You have Williamson Skate Park walking distance from the market. It overlooks Midtown Lake, so it's all meant to be an experience of Bryan. We see the development. We see the hustle in Bryan. From the market, and so it's really just.
How many vendors do you have at the time?
So right now we have an average of 5 to 10 vendors. We are trying to fill those spots with vendors who are willing to show up every Sunday, premier vendors.
How many spots are available?
So there's enough room for like 100 vendors, 120 if we pack it, but like we're trying to cap it off right now at 80 vendors. Because some of those, starting next month, we'll have an indoor space for the market. So it'd be half indoor, half outdoor. So yeah, we're looking for vendors who want an opportunity to.
Okay, and again, you can register your spot online, right?
Online, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
And it's from 10 to 4 on Sundays.
10 to 4.
All right.
Yeah, and we intend to have like as we develop more, and those vendor fees really go to like upgrade the space and keep this whole thing going,
right?
And building a better experience for the vendor, to where with those vendor fees, essentially we would be making their job easier, because we'll be upgrading to tents, up tables, lighting, just your one stop shop.
Right.
You know,
What is your goal with around Tree Market?
so my goal is just to keep.
Are you trying to bring community together, help businesses, help starter businesses probably grow and all that stuff?
Mhm.
Is that your main goal?
Yeah, and it leads to that, to developing, start a business, because of course we do the branding. I have artists that I work with that can um that help me with the whole creative process. Um yeah, and it's all that just to help small businesses,
All right.
because
Tell me about the branding part of your business.
so the branding was done by Vortex Studios, aka myself. So it's just a way for me to showcase my branding expertise. Um because I am trying to be creative, be a creative consultant, and so I'm trying to help small business make money,
Mhm.
but it doesn't have to be on a big budget.
Right.
Because a lot could be done. We already have a lot of resources. The average person has so many resources, with their phone already. So it's just a matter of helping. And like I said, what happened to me, almost being out of business, I don't want anybody else to go through that.
Right.
And I know it's not much help, but if you pay for vendor space and you have a storefront, you could potentially, we're in such a great area that
Mhm.
I'm hoping that it's just going to pick up to where it's like, well, I'm going to go set up at Roundtree and you're guaranteed your return.
Mhm.
And that's the kind of, that's what I'm doing it for, just to be, help others. Like I said,
Right.
it's paying the opportunity forward, because a lot of people look towards a market or something to do after church.
Yeah. What kind of vendors do you encourage to come to Roundtree Market?
So I encourage like artists, of course, to come and showcase their stuff. I encourage services, um,
Food vendors as well, right?
food vendors as well, because I eventually want to, and it leads more into the idea of turning this into a real community hub, to where I'm
Mhm.
planning, or I'm trying to see how it works, to have a mini food truck park. So have
Okay.
it one night out the week, have 4, 5 maybe food trucks, and I'm building the picnic tables with my dad. Once I get the material, and so we're just gonna create a whole vibe, like just
Right.
move the tables, just create something dynamic, to where people are gonna want to come set up, because it is just that, just it's community, and people need to spend their attention.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I encourage all kinds of vendors. Just services as well, because we're trying to, like I said, be more for the neighborhood.
Mhm.
You know,
Right. You're trying to bring this not only you're trying to bring this town together, right?
basically.
You're not just looking for certain communities. It's
Mhm.
everybody,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah,
everybody.
everybody.
You want to bring food vendors. You want to bring artists. You want to bring jewelry makers and
Hmm.
all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff, right?
yeah,
It's like it's a real market.
yeah.
It's like a flea market. It's
Hmm.
it's a Sunday. It's a family day,
Hmm.
and you want to bring everybody together. And
Yeah.
pretty soon, y'all gonna be having live music out here too.
And that's the man, and we talked a little bit about that,
Right.
and that's also the goal, to, like I said, give people free concerts,
Mm-hmm.
give people. We're trying to do everything,
Right.
you know, that's affordable for everybody, and sometimes we understand that they don't have it, so it's all paying it forward within the market. And another thing is, I'll be having Roundtree t-shirts for sale,
Okay.
and they'll be the price of a vendor fee, which is 35. But if you buy a shirt, you give somebody a free vendor spot.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah, you can support. There's many ways to support. There's
Wow.
like, if you're not a vendor, you can still reach out and help somebody out. So,
Right. Yeah. That sounds real good. We'll probably start promoting that
mhm,
on my platforms and stuff as well.
yeah.
So Victor, if people don't know, you did all my my Longoria Boxing Club,
Yeah.
gear.
Mhm.
What do you got going on that side of Vortex? On printing and because last week you did my Desde Cero beanies,
Yes.
and I'll be giving a couple away this Christmas, so
Mhm.
look out for that. But you do embroidery, you do printing. What do you got going on that side of your business?
So with all this change and transition, it made me just zero in on the craft. Um, so instead of doing more t-shirt based orders, I'm gonna be leaning into poster making. Taking it back to printing old school band. Giving a piece of art for an event
Hmm.
that could be treasured,
Right,
and it's
right.
handmade. Um,
Yeah, back in the day, Victor, when we would go to dances and stuff, we used to bring home those posters, and we used to
mhm,
put them on our wall, and they were
mhm.
collections. They were
Yes.
collectibles.
Hmm.
You trying to bring that back as well, right? You trying to do these awesome posters,
Hmm.
event posters, all that, and make them look very, old style,
Hmm.
and you were showing me a couple of them, and so
Yes, and I
uh,
have some here that I could like to show. Um,
can you see that, Alan?
and this is from one of my clients slash friends that helps me with a lot of branding, Vortex branding. His name's Jeremy. He goes by B Syndicate. Um, so these are really cool. These are all custom. He custom spray painted it, and then I
Mhm.
screen printed
Okay. Wow.
the
So
the
this is art first, and then you kind of print these.
yes.
Can you see that, Alan, right there on this one, on this TV, on this camera? Okay. Um, yeah, these are real nice, Victor. What made you make that change right there?
Mm, what Jeremy did, he was like, "You're really, really good at this," and I never really, it's been taking me a long to perfect the craft. I've been
Mm-hmm.
stressing on anything, other things that all of a sudden, you're good at what you're doing.
Right.
Um, and it's just being, open minded to like, oh, things don't have to be like they used to. We could do this and provide a service that nobody in town is providing at the
Mm-hmm.
moment. And just bringing that nostalgia back of
All right.
like, I got a cool piece of art.
Yeah. Looking at these closely, they are beautiful, and then this is art.
Yes.
And if you guys need any posters, any posters that are going to be collectibles,
Yes.
right? This is the spot to come get them done, because these are, if you look at this is art,
Yes.
you know,
It is.
and they're very nice.
Yes. And that's really what, not everybody wears t-shirts, and so just kind of giving somebody something else to like hold on to, um, a piece of, to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what I'm doing, or trying to zone in more on doing, is the posters and, focusing on Vortex as a streetwear brand, by doing online only. Vortex is only open on Sundays during the market.
Okay.
So you can only buy Vortex at the market, or if we set up at another market, or online, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we'll be taking, expanding more on the creative side, with high quality pictures, to showcase the brand, uh, that my girlfriend Valeria does. And she's been a great part of the process, very, very super supportive, and
Mm-hmm.
um, all this stuff you want, like I said, it's custom made. The opportunity is custom made, and it's all that. And so, just we're super dynamic. And so we intend to show people the power we bring with branding and, seeing the whole process. Because she's also interior designer. She does photo booths.
Right. Now, I was talking to her earlier, and I think we're gonna get together and see if we
Mhm.
can combine DJs and photo booths, right?
Yes. Yes.
And that's what it's about, Victor. It's about
Mhm.
communication and
Mhm.
meeting other people,
Mhm.
and being out there, and knowing other people, and
Yeah.
because other people can help you out as well, right?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you're a fool if you try to do this on your own.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, exactly. And I'm very introverted. I've never been this what I was last year. I was really trying to break the shell, trying to
Mhm.
break that generational curse of like anything's possible, but it's not possible if you're just locked up in a room. That nobody
Mhm.
knows who you are.
Right. You
And
got
so,
to get out there.
yeah, you have to get out there. You have to talk to people. You have to be helpful. And yeah, that's been a big part. That's what I've learned too. Just how to talk to people and how to approach. Just situations.
Right.
'Cause,
What do you want people to know about you and Vortex?
so our slogan is exit the matrix, enter the vortex. So it's a strong statement that it's hard to live by because it's not easy to go against the grain.
Mhm.
So I just want people to really know that Vortex is is um is a creative force. We're here to help how we can help. I mean, we can't help everybody, and so it just becomes this whole mission of trying to scale and trying to make the next person pay it forward.
Mhm.
So in the end, it's just giving just splash of color. Just that's what I want people
Right.
to know, that it's a coat of paint can change a lot. It really does. Like you change the whole atmosphere with paint, and so
And a lot of people don't know how creative they can be until they try it.
exactly,
Right.
and that's and that's what this is the mission, is to tap in
Yeah.
to people's creativity,
Right.
and if you bring them to an environment like the market, um, I think it's just bound to happen.
Hmm. Well, Victor, anything else you want to add to the podcast? Anything else you want to talk about?
Let me see. No, I think that's it. I mean, we've covered everything.
Yeah, I think we covered everything. I mainly wanted to get to Roundtree Market and everything you got going on right now, because one of the people that I know that always keeps going forward, and no matter what, you know, you know, you seem unstoppable. Whatever they
Mhm.
put in your way, you're gonna push it to the side and keep moving forward. That's why I like having you on the podcast, because you're an inspiration to a lot of people,
Mhm.
and you help out a lot of people, especially in this community, and that's what matters the most.
Yes.
And that's what this podcast is about. It's about people who do something in our community, help others, and no matter what, they're going to keep moving forward.
Mhm.
And I appreciate you being on the podcast and always, being positive and influencing, young creatives to come in and do something, right?
Mhm.
What message do you want to give to these young kids and young who want to be creatives, who want to, be out there?
Don't just do it, get it done. Simple, very anti Nike. You could just do it, but you got to do it really well.
Yeah.
And so I hope to collab with Nike one day. So that's one of my goals. In the long run, is to
Right.
to catch national attention because of the branding and the
Right.
companies and the influence I'm doing, and the artists. That I'm helping, and hoping that they go farther than me, because if we all can make it. I don't know. It
Yeah.
sounds weird, but I mean, I think there's a balance, and we just got to find it, and then it's possible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that simple.
Just,
Well, it's not
just go,
simple.
like you said, just get it done, right? Go
Just
do
yeah,
it and get it done.
get it done. Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for being on the podcast, Victor. And
Thank you.
again, it's always a pleasure. And everybody out there, please subscribe to Desde Cero. Keep subscribing. And I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. You want to wish them
Yeah.
shout out?
Happy holidays to everybody. Please come out to our market this Sunday. It's from 10 to 4. I'll have new Vortex merch for sale, custom one of one pieces. So it should be a great time. It should be a great time.
All right, man. Well, thanks again, Victor, and everybody again. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and see y'all next year. Desde Cero con Manuel. See y'all next time. Thank y'all.